Imagine a future where cars can float through floods, trains glide above city streets, and personal flying vehicles whisk you over traffic jams. That future is happening now in China and around the world. In this documentary journey, we'll explore a lineup of awe-inspiring futuristic vehicles, from cutting-edge Chinese innovations to remarkable creations beyond China, all transforming how we get around. Each invention pushes the boundaries of transportation, bringing sci-fi dreams to life. So buckle up as we dive into these incredible vehicles and the tech that makes them tick. The race to the future of mobility is on, and it's more exciting than ever. Picture this: you're driving a luxury SUV through city streets when suddenly a flash flood hits. Most cars would be in serious trouble, but not this one. China's all-electric super SUV from BYD's premium line. This high-tech beast is designed to do the unbelievable. Thanks to a cutting-edge hydraulic suspension system, it can raise its body and literally float on water in an emergency. It's not a boat, but it can survive floods up to a meter or more deep without sinking. In floating mode, the vehicle automatically seals its cabin, shuts the engine off for safety, and even keeps the air conditioning running so you stay comfortable as you drift to safety. For up to 30 minutes, this SUV effectively becomes a lifeboat, an unprecedented feature that could save lives if you're ever caught in rising water. On dry land, it is just as impressive. Its 4 electric motors give it precise control at each wheel, enabling jaw-dropping tricks like a tank turn. With a push-of a button, it can spin 360 degrees in place. Imagine pulling off a perfect U-turn in a narrow alley or showing off in a parking lot. This agility, combined with off-road capability and luxury appointments, makes it a new breed of SUV. It's packed with power and cutting-edge driver aids, but it's the amphibious party trick that really captures the imagination. While it carries a hefty 6-figure price tag and isn't intended for joyriding on lakes, it signals how future vehicles might handle extreme conditions. It blurs the line between car and rescue craft, proving that when it comes to innovation on wheels, China is leading with bold, practical ideas. Now let's leave the roads and take to the rails, or rather, rails in the sky. In the city of Wuhan, China has unveiled a futuristic SkyTrain, the first of its kind that looks like something out of a science fiction movie. This isn't a flying train or a jet. It's a suspended monorail system, and it's completely unmanned. Picture a sleek train hanging from an elevated track, silently gliding above the bustle of city traffic. That's exactly what this train does. It runs along a 10.5 kilometers overhead line carrying up to 200 passengers per train, all without a human driver. Instead, cutting-edge automation and control systems keep it running smoothly and safely. Traveling around 60 kilometers/, the SkyTrain swoops commuters across town while the streets below remain uncongested. One of the most astonishing facts is how fast this project became reality. Engineers built the entire 10 kilometers suspended rail system in just 7 months. That's about the same time it might take to construct a regular stretch of ground-level train track, but here they created an elevated transit line from scratch. The benefits are immediately clear. By moving mass transit above street level, you avoid all the traffic jams, intersections, and pedestrian hazards that ground trains or buses face. There's also less land needed. Slim pillars and tracks overhead leave room below for roads, parks, or just open space. It's a win-win for crowded cities. Riding the SkyTrain almost feels like boarding a gentle roller coaster through the city. Large wraparound windows give passengers a panoramic view as they cruise above the urban landscape. Because it's autonomous, the train's operations are optimized for efficiency, precise timing, smooth acceleration, and quick responsiveness to any obstacle on the track ahead. And since it's electric, it's quiet and eco-friendly, reducing noise and air pollution compared to traditional diesel-powered transit. Systems like the SkyTrain hint at a future where city travel happens on multiple levels, freeing us from gridlock on the ground. If Wuhan's experiment is any indication, suspended trains could become a sky-high solution for megacities worldwide, blending sci-fi flair with very real improvements to daily commuting. If you think avoiding traffic by riding above it is futuristic, how about flying over the city in a drone? In China, that's becoming a reality with an autonomous aerial taxi built by Guangzhou-based company Hang. Shaped like a sleek giant drone, it is essentially a 2-passenger electric flying pod that can carry people across town through the air. No pilot needed. This personal aerial vehicle looks straight out of a tech demo. It has 8 arms with 16 rotors humming in unison to lift it straight up, like a massive multicopter. Step inside its small cabin, buckle up, and input your destination. The vehicle's onboard flight control computer takes care of the rest. Once it lifts off, the experience is both serene and exhilarating. It can cruise at about 130 kilometers/ and fly at altitudes up to 3,000 meters. That's high enough to clear skyscrapers and reach the other side of a city in minutes. It's designed for short to medium urban hops. Imagine traveling from one business district to another, or from an airport to a downtown hotel, bypassing all ground traffic. The drone taxi is fully autonomous. There's no joystick or steering wheel for passengers. Instead, a suite of advanced sensors, GPS, and an air flight control system handle navigation and avoid obstacles or other aircraft. Safety is a top priority in this futuristic ride. It is built with multiple redundancies. It can still land safely even if one of its rotors fails, and its systems are constantly monitoring for any issues. In an emergency, the drone can perform an automatic precautionary landing. Takeoff and landing are vertical, so it only needs a small helipad or even a flat rooftop to operate. No runway required. The eco-friendly design means it's all electric, producing no emissions and far less noise than a helicopter. You might just hear a loud buzz as it comes in to land. While regulations are still catching up to this new mode of transport, EHang has been actively testing manned flights in China and other countries, inching closer to offering real drone taxi services. The futuristic appeal is obvious. In the EHang, we see a glimpse of cities where flying taxis zip across the skyline, making door-to-door air travel a part of daily life. It's the Jetsons' dream coming true, one autonomous flight at a time. From floating SUVs to sky trains, flying cars to AI-driven motorcycles, we've journeyed through a remarkable panorama of futuristic vehicles. China's innovations in particular show a nation charging ahead, elevating public transit into the air, electrifying and reinventing personal mobility, and breaking speed records on land. But it's not just China. Visionary minds across the globe are contributing to this transportation revolution. Whether it's Japan's robotic companions, America's autonomous pods and hyperloops, or Europe's flying bikes and hybrid fire trucks, each invention is a bold answer to the question, how will we move tomorrow? A clear theme emerges: technology is dissolving old limits. Vehicles are no longer confined to one mode or one function. Cars can float, bikes can fly, trains don't need tracks, and scooters can think for themselves. These breakthroughs are making transport greener, safer, and more adaptable. They promise to reduce traffic jams, cut pollution, and even save lives in emergencies. Yet beyond the practical benefits, they also spark wonder. The sight of a drone taxi gliding over a skyline or a one-wheeled board zooming by is a reminder of human creativity at its best, turning science fiction into reality. China and other countries find themselves in an exciting race of innovation, spurring each other to new heights. In this race, everyone wins because the end result is a future where we have more options to get around than ever before. A future where your commute might involve hopping into a driverless pod that swishes you to the nearest Hyperloop station, or summoning a robo-scooter that you don't even have to park, or perhaps piloting your own briefcase-sized flying vehicle to work. Transportation is being transformed from the ground up, and with it, our cities and lifestyles will change. Buckle up, or perhaps strap on your jetpack, because the way we travel is about to soar to extraordinary heights, and we're all invited along for the journey. Safe travels to the future.